You wake up thinking of problems. They wake up thinking of purpose. You scroll through distractions. They study intention. You ask, what if I fail? They ask, what if I don't try? This is not a matter of luck, not fate, not circumstance. It's mindset. It's belief structured into action, discipline molded into destiny. Millionaires don't think differently because they were born that way. They think differently because they chose to. Over and over again, the average mind is reactive. It waits for validation, for signs, for the perfect time. The millionaire mind is proactive. It creates, it declares, it decides. Where most people see obstacles, the few see opportunity. Where the world screams limits, they whisper, watch me. It's not that fear doesn't visit them. It does. But they never let it unpack. While the crowd debates what's possible, the millionaire executes. While others drown in doubt, they build boats of belief. While most ask for permission, they write their own rules. The difference isn't education. It's not even talent. It's clarity. It's vision. It's a burning desire backed by definite purpose. As Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's not a slogan. It's a law. See, the average person trades time for money. The millionaire trades value for wealth. They know time is the only currency they can't print more of, so they invest it like gold. With intention, with urgency, with faith. They don't chase money. They attract it. Not by magic, but by mission. Not by hustle alone, but by alignment of purpose, of mindset, of daily habits. Your thoughts are builders. Each one lays a brick toward success or struggle. Millionaires train their minds like warriors. They protect their focus. They feed their faith. They design environments where doubt can't survive. Where you see Monday as a burden, they see it as the next round in the ring. Where you see failure as final, they see it as tuition. Where you see rejection, they see redirection. They expect obstacles, and they outthink them before they arrive. They don't pray for easier lives. They build stronger shoulders. They don't blame the economy, the government, or the past. They know ownership is power, that no one is coming to rescue them, and that's their greatest freedom. Every millionaire you admire, Carnegie, Ford, Disney, Oprah, they began with nothing except a decision to think differently, to believe before there was evidence, to walk by vision, not sight. And they didn't wait until they were ready. They moved even when afraid, because they knew momentum builds clarity, not the other way around. They mastered the power of decision, quick to commit, slow to quit. You want to change your life? Change the questions you ask. Millionaires don't ask, can I do this? They ask, how do I make this work? They don't ask, what if I fail? They ask, what must I become to succeed? Their mind is a furnace, fueled by discipline, sparked by vision, and tempered by resilience. They feed it every day, with books, with mentors, with silence, with strategy. They do not entertain mediocrity, even as a joke. Where others obsess over appearance, they focus on substance. They'd rather be wealthy than look wealthy. They sacrifice weekends for legacies. They trade comfort for growth because they understand temporary discomfort creates permanent advantage. They don't run from pain, they use it. They turn setbacks into strategies. They alchemize losses into lessons. Because to the millionaire mind, nothing is wasted, not even suffering. They live by standards, not moods. They don't wait to feel like it. They show up regardless. They follow through regardless, because they've trained their identity to match their destiny. Success is not about having it all figured out. It's about deciding that failure is no longer an option, that settling is a betrayal, that average is an insult to your potential. Millionaires aren't born with more hours in the day. They just don't waste them. They don't spend time. They invest it. And they don't let fear vote on their future. They know one truth you must tattoo on your soul. You were not born to survive. You were born to win. but only if you think like it, only if you move like it, only if you believe it, with the kind of fire that melts every excuse in its path. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop shrinking to fit in rooms you were meant to lead. The world doesn't need more opinions. It needs more people who decide, who act, who believe in what others mock. Think like a millionaire, not for the money, but for the power, the purpose, the becoming. Because the world bends to those who know who they are and demand more from life. You want to change your results? Start by changing your thoughts. You want to rise? Start by thinking higher, because how you think determines everything you ever become. So let the world call you crazy. Let them laugh when you walk away from comfort. Let them whisper when you say no to distraction, to mediocrity, to small talk about small dreams. Because you weren't built for shallow living. You weren't made to live on autopilot, following rules someone else wrote. Millionaires, real millionaires, rewrite the script entirely. They don't inherit belief systems. They burn the old and build new ones. Their mind is a command center. They don't react to life. They engineer it. Every thought is intentional. Every action is designed. They live by cause, not effect. Vision, not noise. Do you know what separates them from the 99%? It's not the money. It's not even the mindset. It's identity. They no longer think like the person they were. They think like the person they intend to become. They speak like they've already arrived. They walk into rooms not hoping to be chosen, but knowing they belong. The millionaire doesn't pray for success while thinking like a peasant. They think rich before they ever are. They embody wealth in thought, in routine, in standards. They operate from future truth, a truth not yet seen, but already decided. You must kill the version of you that believes success is for others. You must bury the mindset that bows to fear, because the life you want will cost you the identity you've clung to. Burn the bridge, burn the excuses, burn the lie that you need more time, more support, more luck. You don't. You need a decision, reinforced daily by discipline. Millionaires are not obsessed with motivation. They're obsessed with mission. That's why they wake up at 4 a.m., why they read instead of scroll, why they speak goals into the mirror until the world echoes them back. Because when your vision is real, when it's tattooed into your bones, you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop explaining yourself to people who've already quit on their own dreams. The difference is simple. Most people let the day run them. Millionaires run the day like it's a business, time-blocked, ritualized, weaponized. Most people chase money, millionaires chase value, and money chases them. Most people measure life in weekends. Millionaires measure it in wins, wins of character, wins of consistency, wins of creation. The average ask, what's the least I can do? The elite ask, what's the most I can give? The average retreat at resistance. The elite rise, because pressure is their oxygen. They don't just survive the storm. They become the storm. And while the world waits for signs, they become the sign. The signal that says, it's possible. The proof that one person with a weaponized mind and a relentless heart can bend reality. So don't just watch them. Don't just admire from a distance. Become the kind of person you once thought only existed in biographies. Get up, get focused, get dangerous, with your intention, your action, your identity. Think like a millionaire, not for the bank account, but for the life, the freedom, the legacy. Because once you learn how to think differently, you'll never settle for normal again.